One of the most famous victims was Cicero, the same man who had once helped Octavius rise. Cicero had spoken fiercely against Mark Antony. Now Antony wanted him dead, and Octavius allowed it. The young Caesar had learned another lesson. In Rome, power often demanded sacrifices, even from the people who had helped you. But Octavius wasn't finished. There were still two men who represented the greatest threat to Caesar's legacy: Brutus and Cassius, the men who had helped kill Julius Caesar. They had fled east. There, they raised armies. They claimed they were fighting for liberty, for the Republic, for Rome. Octavius and Antony would follow them, and in 42 BC, the armies met at Philippi. Two massive battles would decide the fate of Rome. On one side, the forces of Brutus and Cassius. On the other, Antony and Octavius. The first battle was chaos. Cassius believed his forces had been defeated, but he had misunderstood what was happening, believing everything was lost. Cassius took his own life. His death shocked his army, but Brutus continued. He would fight again. Then came the second battle, and this time, Brutus was defeated. His army collapsed. His cause was finished, and rather than surrender, Brutus chose death. The men who had murdered Caesar were gone, but their deaths did not restore the Republic. Instead, their defeat removed one of the last major obstacles standing between Rome and another future, a future ruled by powerful men. Octavius returned to Rome, but he was no longer the inexperienced teenager who had left Apollonia. He had survived war, political betrayal, and the destruction of his enemies. He had learned how Rome worked, and he had learned something even more important. He didn't need to be the strongest man in the room. He only needed to survive long enough to become the last man standing.